Okay, so we've got some major progress done here today on the primary box holder in the garage. Got the cooling system plumbed. A couple of things I don't like about it, so we'll probably change them later. Just filling it up with water now. One pretty interesting little thing, on a 944 engine you have a bleeder valve on the top of the head. So when you're filling it, you open it up and it lets the air out as the water comes in from the bottom. On the LS, it's a little different because the highest point in the system is what they call the steam vent, which is in the front. This is a crossover between the two heads, and this comes out and goes to the cooling system. But yeah, that wasn't working so well. So what I did was I just pulled this hose off, and all the air started hissing out of there, and it's looking pretty full right now. So I don't see any leaks. I mean, I accidentally dumped tons of water on the floor, just filling it up and, you know, having this disconnected and all that fun stuff. But I think what we're going to do is start it up and run it until it reaches operating temperature. See if I have the fans kind of, you know, hot wired together here right now. Make sure my hot wire's in there. Well, it's just one fan. There's the radiator in there. Can we see it from the front? Oh yeah, you can see it up in there from the front. Modify the this bottom plate a little bit to fit this radiator. It actually sticks down about an inch more, so I used bigger, longer bolts with lock washers, metal lock washers, good heavy duty ones. And there's our mocked up exhaust system. I wanted to put that on there because I kind of want to hear the engine, see if I can hear anything wrong. With the open headers, it's just yeah, it's way too loud. So there's our Y-pipe gadget. That's pretty neat. Got a pre-muffler and a MagnaFlow muffler out the back. Okay, we're going to fire it up and see what it sounds like, and let it warm up a little. So far, so good. Unfortunately, the Atomic LS dash doesn't look like it has a coolant temperature on it. I thought it did, but I guess it doesn't. Tack, speed, ECT, intake air temperature, throttle position sensor, RO, map sensor, fuel pressure, oil pressure. Oh. I guess we hooked up the alternator right, the battery's actually charging, 14.2 volts. Yay. One thing we won't have to take apart again. Air fuel ratio, 36. Oh, it doesn't know because the oxygen sensor's sitting in the wheel well. I mean, there's no exhaust system bolted to the car yet, so there's no bung welded in for the oxygen sensor yet, so it's just kind of crazy. 4% duty cycle, 12 degrees of timing, no VVT, auto close, open. Yeah, I don't see temperature. The gauge in the car came up off of the bottom, so hopefully oh yeah, this gauge right here coming up, about a third of the way up now. Well, I guess that's what it's going to sound like, huh? It actually doesn't sound like it's running right. It's pretty rough. Well, not pretty rough. It's a little rough. But we didn't clean the injectors or anything, so hopefully that clears up. But who knows how long this motor sat, but the injectors probably would have had E85 in it. I mean, it was a cop car, so they probably ran it on E85, so I don't know, they might be threaded up, and this gas is like a year old, except for the 2.5 gallons I stuck in there last night. Hearing a little bit of a tick. Hope it's the exhaust. I don't have any, there's no header gaskets in here or anything, so it'll probably tick a little bit. Alright, okay, we're going to shut it off now because it's going hot, and I don't hear the fans yet. It's 3/4 of the way up. Not sure what happened with our fan, but I'm going to poke around with it a little bit and see what we can do. Okay, so it didn't take very long for the coolant temperature to come down to normal. Put a little more coolant in it. That's pretty darn warm. So the radiator's pretty warm now too. Okay, it must be flowing now. The thermostat must not have opened. That's kind of what I'm thinking went wrong, or not wrong, but was a little abnormal. So okay, so I got this jumpered right to the battery now. So we're gonna fire it up again and see if the fan comes on. Because what could have happened if we needed a little bit of extra heat to get the thermostat to open the first time, you know, it would have bound everything up a little bit. But it feels like it might be open now. So let's start it up again. Hope we don't run out of gas. So when there's looks like there's a small leak at the thermostat housing. So that'll be something we get to fix. Yay. Turn the fuel pressure up to about 55. And I turn the idle down a little bit. Does have temperature on the dash. I think that's what ECT is. It was up at 212. It's coming down. Sign of the fan coming on. Squeaky. We'll have to work on the tune a little bit. Well, I don't know. Let's troubleshoot this fan a little more. it should, I mean, even by the gauge in the car, it should probably come on. And it's heading towards the, it's about halfway. Well, I don't know. That's pretty different. The atomic temperature sensor right there in this head, the one that goes to the gauge is in the back on the opposite head. So, I don't know. I'm a little paranoid to burn the motor up or cook it, pop a head gasket or something. Okay, that's come up a little bit. I have the heat on in the car too, so just to get everything, get all the air out of everything. What's this say? It still says 206. It's kind of high. Nothing. I'm thinking the fan should be on now. More troubleshooting. Okay, did a quick troubleshooting and a call to Renegade Hybrids, and we verified that the coolant temp sensor, which is in the radiator, doesn't seem to be working. So they're going to send me a new one. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to, this is where the relay plugs in, so that red wire is the plus to the fan. We're going to take this red wire, jam it in the positive battery terminal. There we go. Now the fan works. Keep the wire from trying to destroy itself here. CT 181, that's better. Be going up a little bit. What's the one in the car say? Oh, that's cool as a cucumber. Let's get in the car here. And turn the blower on. Should be getting hot air. Oh yeah, that's got some heat to it. Okay. Have to figure out the oil pressure gauge and get that wired up right, because that just goes right to the roof. It was kind of ironic. I thought that I didn't know what the coolant temp gauge was, so I kind of guessed. And I thought for sure I found the wire for the oil pressure gauge, and so I hooked it up to it, and yeah, it just stays pegged. Can't wait to be driving it. Get out of the way! It'll be fun. Okay. Well, we're just going to run it for a little bit. Make sure that that it stays cool, still got to fix that leak, and now we're going to have to pull the radiator and replace the thermal switch once it gets here. But hey, for the most part, the cooling system works. So that's a successful test, and we found out that the alternator actually works and is charging the battery and everything. Actually, you can tell by looking there. There it is. Looks like it's between 12 and 14 volts. So that's good. A little less than half a tank of gas for cruising around. Wow, it'll be fun when there's a transaxle in it. Well, maybe that's what we'll do tomorrow. Put the transaxle shifter stuff back together and put that in, if I feel ambitious. Okay, that's it for now.